Afghanistan facing humanitarian and development disaster. Afghanistan is teetering on the brink of universal poverty that could become a reality in the middle of next year unless urgent efforts are made to bolster local communities and their economies, according to a United Nations Development Agency report. It said the Taliban takeover of Afghanistan has put 20 years of steady economic gains at risk. The UN Development Programme, UNDP, outlined 4 scenarios for Afghanistan following the Taliban's takeover that project the country's GDP will decline between 3.6% and 13.2% in the next fiscal year starting in June 2022, depending on the intensity of the crisis and how much the world engages with the Taliban. That is in sharp contrast to the expected 4% growth in GDP before the Taliban assumed power for a second time on August 15. Currently, Afghanistan's poverty rate is 72%. The UNDP said Afghanistan's foreign reserves now cover just 1 week of imports, which the country is heavily reliant on for oil, food and machinery. Abdullah al-Dardari, the UNDP's representative in Afghanistan, said that by the time the Taliban took over, the Afghan population was already on the brink of collapse economically and socially. With universal poverty looming, he said, the most important thing is saving livelihoods, which can also save lives. He said the UNDP has put together a package for local communities to support livelihoods, to support jobs for young men and women and to reach households with disabled people and men and women over 65. The UNDP also wants to make sure it reaches the 65,000 enterprises in Afghanistan owned by women, and that 1 million young men and women find jobs, he said. He said, 70% and more of the Afghan economy is made up of informal activities and 70% of that sector is owned by women, and therefore we need to focus on women in Afghanistan to prevent poverty.